Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. I hope your year is already off to a fabulous start. And I know what you're thinking, hey, it's only 2 days in, but that does not mean that those can't be a fabulous 2 days. So I know what some of you are probably thinking, girl, where you been? I owe you guys a what's up. And unfortunately, well, not necessarily unfortunately, but this is not going to be a what's up video. This is going to be what I've been doing for the past few months video to justify, if I can justify, why I have not done a what's up. So before we go into that, I will say that I do plan to do a what's up either the end of January or beginning time of February. I still do want to get Faye out to you guys, but I need to do some extra research on Faye because it's a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot of cultures, not quite as plentiful as dragons, but there's a lot of cultures that have a Fae element to it, and I want to make sure that I give you guys, as much background as possible before explaining of how they interact in my universe. And the reason I haven't done that is because I have been busy doing three different things. So, the first thing that I have done in the past few months is I have finished the third installment for my Cambion Writer Chronicles series, Came Back Haunted. And this one, let me tell you, this was a beast to write. First draft is complete. It took a while. I'm not sure why, because I knew where I wanted to go, but part of the elements to get there changed along the way. And probably the last 2/3 of the book changed drastically from what I had originally planned. So I am relieved, more so than my last two, to get this one out. And, at least that first draft is out, it's on paper. There's going to be some serious revisions. I'm still kind of letting it set to see if I like how it ended. It's different ending for me. It's not a bad ending. It's just different. And I'm seeing how I like it. It's kind of sitting, and I'll, take it through my writing group and, get some feedback and critique on that and see what needs to be changed. I know there's some things that are going to have to change in it. There's probably a lot of cutting that I'm going to have to do, but it's part of the fun of the revisions is once you get it out, then you can go back and say, yes, this works. Ooh, I need to add this because that's going to help make this end part even better. It's going to make it make more sense. And why do I even have this in here? This has nothing to do with the story. This isn't helping anything. Let me get rid of it. So that's where I am with this. So it's revision time, which is fun. Revisions is almost as much fun as writing it because you kind of get to do a rewrite. But it's already there. So that's one thing that has taken up a lot of my time. It's like I said, this one, for whatever reason, was very difficult to get out. I think because it changed and morphed at the end to something a little bit different. But I hope you guys like it once I release it. When that is, I'm not 100% sure. I wanted to make it for March, around the 20 something, so it can be released at the same time as my birthday. But because I know of the revisions I have ahead of me, I am not going to commit to that date. It may be later. So once I know kind of a more accurate timeline, I will let you guys know. So keep tuned to my website for that. Stay tuned for that one. Second thing that has kept me busy is I have been working on another short story. It is for the same anthology where I released Sirens, my very first short story. I'm still so proud of that one. This one is Chicago. So it's anthology is around Chicago, and it still centers around Veronica and Lachlan. There will be werewolfery in it, and there will also be gargoyles in it, which is going to be fun. The theme of the anthology, obviously, Chicago. So it's stories that either take place in Chicago or have Chicago theme. So I'm kind of excited to see what some of the other writers, not kind of, I am very excited to see what some of the other writers have come up with. And I'm very excited to be part of this anthology. I just love this publisher that does this. She's awesome. And I'm thrilled that she enjoyed my first one enough. And like this one and is going to admit it into her anthology. So When I have more information about when that will be released, I will let you guys know. But like I said, it does. Veronica and Lachlan are the two main players in it, and this one takes place after the Flesh, but before Burn. So they are getting ready to leave Chicago, but they're not quite there yet. Stay tuned for that. And the third thing that has kept me busy, and probably one that I am very excited about, is my potentially new audiobook. So, this one you guys have some of my coworkers to thank for because, we were talking, and I was telling them I'm a writer, and they were asking me, do I have an audiobook? And of course, no, because it's pricey. It's a little out of my price range right now. The least expensive that I found is $3,000 for an audiobook. And right now, that's a little bit out of my price range. There's other things that I have going on in my life that I can't just put $3,000 aside for that, no matter how much I enjoy writing. And that's a part of me. And I want to grow this platform. But still, at this point in time, that's a little out of my price range. So, they were talking, saying, well, you should record your own. You have a great voice. And right there, I'm like, no, I don't. I don't like my voice recorded, but I am in the majority. I think there's a lot of us that don't like how we sound when we're recording. But anyway, so I was thinking, and I started to do some research to see, well, what goes into this? And the more I looked, the more I said, you know what? I can do this. I've got the software on my computer, thanks GarageBand. I bought a microphone that helps. I even kind of created my own sound studio. Um, I channeled my inner crafty side, created my own sound studio, which was not very difficult. It seems to work. So I have started to record after the Flesh, and let me tell you, it's challenging. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. It is fun, but it's very daunting. And I think it's a little bit more daunting than I realized at first. I'm thinking, I'm going to do a chapter a week, knock this out. I'll be done. There's 27 chapters. I'll be done, in a month's time. This is going to be easy. Then reality set in. And I looked, and I really got into what has to be done because, when you're reading this, it has to be perfect. As near perfect as possible. You want to make sure that your pacing is right, your diction is right, your enunciation is right. There will be voices. So now that I'm getting to some of the parts, I'm into chapter 2. I just finished chapter 2 tonight, recording it. I'm doing the voices. You have to do it right. If I'm going to do this and release this to you guys, even though I'm not having it professionally done, I want it to be professional. So I'm probably my own worst critic, especially when I'm doing a male voice. It's it's fun. I'm pulling on my theater background for this, but it's a lot that goes into it. It's a beast, and that's just the recording part of it. Then after the recording part, you have to do the editing and taking out the breaths, and you don't realize how loud you breathe until you're listening to it, and you're like, no, that's not going to work. So, but it's fun. It is also fun because it lets me get my, like my crafty techie side, and it's fun for me. So it's a lot, it's challenging, but it's a fun challenge, but it hasn't left me with a whole lot of time. And oh, by the way, that whole record one a week and, I'll have this kicked out in 27 days. And it ain't happening. It's a lot more involved than that. It's been 3 weeks and I've done 2 chapters, but I've only completed one because I just recorded chapter 2 tonight, and I have to go through and do my edits for that one probably sometime this week. We'll see. It might have to wait for the weekend because my other life has been very busy. My non-writing life has been very busy. So I've been using my weekends to kind of do writing. So the long and short of that is I am doing audio. I don't know. It seems like the theme tonight is I don't know when it's coming. So I don't know when I will be finished. I think the more I get into it, the more I'm going to have an idea of exactly how long this is going to take and, when it's going to be ready for public consumption. Because again, it may not be professionally done, but that doesn't mean that I'm just going to, do a slapdash job of it and just get something out there just so I can say, hey, I've got an audiobook now. So there's that. And then with the holidays, spending time with my family, baking. I do a lot of baking with the holidays. So holidays is kind of hard for me to do other things because it's more family orientated. So we will see. So there's that. That's what I've been working on. And that's why I have been very bad and not gotten a what's up. But I do say, out of all the things, although I don't know, when Came Back Haunted is going to release. I don't know when After the Flesh, the audio edition, is going to release. I'm not 100% sure when the Chicago anthology, which will feature Tonight, that is the name of my short story, which, by the way, is named after the Smashing Pumpkin song, Tonight, which after doing research, I found they recorded in Chicago. So it's not based on anything in Chicago, but it was recorded in Chicago during one of their tours. So that made it into, I thought it was cool. It's a little known fact, and people reading it probably will have no idea, but now you will. That said, so the only thing that I could say with certainty after all of that, not sure when any of the other things are going to be released, but I will do a what's end of the month or beginning of next month. It will be Fae, since Came Back Haunted has Fae in it, and actually Sirens has Fae in it as well. So, it's going to be relevant, and hopefully it will be interesting and entertaining, and you will learn something. But in the meantime, thank you for listening. Happy reading, and I will be talking to you guys later. Bye.